Right, all yours, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Importance of Being Earnest. As this play was written and set in the year 1895 and phones had not been invented, Mr. Wilde neglected to put them in the script. So please may I ask all phones to be turned off completely. May I also request there be no flash photography. The only flash you will see this evening will be from the actor's wit. Thank you.
Did you hear what I was playing, Lane?
I didn't think it polite to listen, sir.
I'm sorry for that, for your sake. I don't play accurately. Anyone can play accurately, but I play with wonderful expressions.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the cucumber sandwiches cut for Lady Bracknell?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lane, I see from your book that on Thursday night, when Lord Shorman and Mr. Worthing were dining here, 8 bottles of champagne are entered as being consumed.
Yes, sir. 8 bottles and a pint.
Why? At a bachelor's establishment, must the servants invariably drink the champagne? I ask merely for information.
I attribute it to the superior quality of the wine, sir. I've often observed in married households the champagne is rarely of a first-rate brand.
Is marriage as demoralising as that?
I believe it is a very pleasant state, sir, though I've had little experience of it myself.
Oh, thank you, Lane.
Thank you, sir.
Lane's views on marriage seem very limited. Really, if the lower order don't set us a good example, well... what is the use of them at all?
Mr. Ernest Worthing.
Ernest, how are you? What brings you up to town?
Oh, pleasure, pleasure. What else brings one anywhere? Eating as usual, I see, Algy.
I believe it's customary in good society to have a slight refreshment at 5 o'clock. Where have you been since last Thursday?
Oh, in the country.
What on earth do you do there?
When one is in town, one amuses oneself. When one is in the country, one amuses other people. It is excessively boring.
And who are the people you amuse?
No, neighbours.
Got nice neighbours in your part of Shropshire?
Perfectly horrid. Don't speak to one of them.
Shropshire is your county, is it not?
It's Shropshire, yes, of course. And why all these teacups? Why the cucumber sandwiches? Why such reckless extravagance in one so young? Oh, Algy, who is coming to tea?
Oh, merely. Aunt Augusta and Gwendolyn.
How perfectly delightful.
Yes, that is all right, my dear boy, but Aunt Augusta won't quite approve of you being here.
May I ask why?
My dear boy, the way you flirt with Gwendolyn is perfectly disgraceful. It's almost as bad as the way Gwendolyn flirts with you.
I am in love with Gwendolyn. I have come up to town expressively to propose to her.
I thought you'd come up for pleasure. I call that business.
How utterly unromantic you are.
There is nothing romantic about a proposal. It's romantic to be in love, but not for a definite proposal. For one may be accepted, and one usually is. Then the excitement is all over. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. If I ever get married, I'll be sure to forget the fact.
Yes, well, I have no doubt about that. The divorce court was designed for people whose memories were so curiously constituted.
There is no use speculating on that subject. Divorces are made in heaven. Don't touch the cucumber sandwiches! They're made especially for Aunt Augusta.
You've been eating them all this time.
Yes, but that is very different. She's my aunt. Have some bread and butter. The bread and butter is for Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is devoted to bread and butter.
Bread and butter is too.
Yes. Don't eat it as if you're going to eat it all. You act as if you're married to her already, and you are not married to her already, and, well, I don't think you ever will be.
Why don't you say that?
Firstly, women don't marry the men they flirt with.
This is nonsense.
And secondly, I don't give my consent.
Your consent?
Gwendolyn is my first cousin, and before I allow you to marry her, well, you must clear up the whole question of Cecily.
Cecily? What on earth do you mean by Cecily, Algy? Who is this Cecily?
Lady, bring me the cigarette case Mr. Worthing left the last time he dined here.
Yes, sir.
Algy, do you mean to say you had my cigarette case all this time? Oh, I wish to goodness you would let me know. I've been writing frantic letters to Scotland Yard about it. It's very nearly offering a large reward.
Well, I wish you would offer one. I'm usually more than hard up.
There's no point offering a large reward now that the thing is found.
Thank you. How very mean you are, Ernest. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. However, now that I look at the inscription inside, I find the thing isn't yours after all.
What on earth do you mean? Of course it's mine. You've seen me do this 100 times.
No.
Anyway, it's very ungentlemanly to read what is written inside someone's private cigarette case.
It is absurd to have a hard and fast rule about what one should read and one shouldn't. Half of modern culture depends on what one shouldn't read.
I do not wish to discuss modern culture. It's not the sort of thing one discusses in private. Now please give me my cigarette
Yes,
case.
but this isn't your cigarette case. This cigarette case is a present from someone of the name of Cecily. And you said you knew no one of that name.
Cecily happens to be my aunt.
Your aunt.
Yes, lovely woman she is too. Lives at Tunbridge Wells. Now give it back.
Yes, but why does she call herself Little Cecily? From Little Cecily with her fondest love.
My dear boy, what on earth is there in that? Some aunts happen to be tall, some aunts happen to be not so tall. Surely that is something that an aunt may be able to decide for herself. You seem to believe that every aunt is just like your aunt. Now that is absurd. Now please, Andrew, will you give me back my cigarette case?
Why does your aunt call you her uncle? From Little Cecily, with her fondest love, dear Uncle Jack. There was no objection to an aunt being a small aunt, but an aunt, no matter her size, should call her own nephew her uncle. That I can't quite make out. Besides, your name isn't Jack, it's Ernest.
My name isn't Ernest. It's Jack.
You have always told me that your name is Ernest. I've introduced you to people as Ernest. You're the most earnest-looking person I ever saw. There is no use saying your name isn't Ernest. It's on your cards. Yes.
Happened to be Ernest in town and Jack in the country. And the cigarette case was given to me in the country.
Yes, but that does not explain for why your aunt called you her uncle. Come on, dear boy. You better have the thing out at once.
Oh, how do you talk as if you are a dentist? It's very vulgar to talk as if one is a dentist when one is not. It produces a false impression.
That is what dentists always do. Now go on. Tell me the whole thing, and may I add, I've always suspected you of being a secret bunburyist.
A bunburyist?
Yes.
What on earth do you mean by a bunburyist?
I will reveal to you the meaning of that incomparable expression as soon as you are kind enough to tell me why you are Ernest in town and Jack in the country.
Well, produce my cigarette case first.
Fine. Here.
Thank you.
Now produce your explanation and pray and make it improbable.
My dear boy, there is nothing improbable about my explanation at all. Old Mr. Thomas Cardew, who adopted me when I was a little boy, happened to make me in his will guardian of his granddaughter, Miss Cecily Cardew. Cecily, who happens to address me as her uncle for motives of respect you could not possibly appreciate, lives at my place in the country, under the charge of our admiral governess, Miss Prism.
And whereabouts in the country is this?
I may tell you frankly now, it is not in Shropshire, and you shan't be getting an invite anytime soon.
Well, I suspected that, my dear boy. I've bunburyed over Shropshire on 2 separate occasions. Now go on. While you Ernest in town and Jack in the country.
My dear Algy, I do not think you could possibly understand. You are hardly serious enough. When one is placed in the position of guardian, one has to adopt a high moral tone. It is one's duty to do so. And as a high moral tone can hardly be said to conduce to very much for one's, well, health or one's happiness, I once pretended to have a younger brother of the name Ernest, who lives in the Albany and gets into the most dreadful scrapes. That, my dear boy, is the whole truth. Pure and simple.
The truth is never pure and rarely simple. Modern life would be very tedious if it were either, and modern literature a complete impossibility.
That would not be such a bad thing at all, would it?
Literary criticism isn't your forte, my dear boy.
Ah.
Leave it to the people who haven't been to university. They do it so well in the daily papers. What you really are is a Bunburyist. I've always suspected you of being a Bunburyist. You are one of the most advanced Bunburyists I know.
What on earth do you mean?
You have invented a useful younger brother of the name Ernest, in order that you may be able to come up to town as often as you like. And I've invented an invalid of the name Bunbury, so that I may be able to come down to the country as often as I like. If it wasn't for Bunbury's extraordinarily bad health, well, I wouldn't be able to dine with you tonight at Willis's. But I've been engaged to Aunt Augusta for more than a week.
I haven't invited you anywhere tonight with me.
I know. You're so careless about the invitations. People hate it when they don't receive invitations.
Well, I very much think you should dine with your Aunt Augusta.
I've not the slightest intention of doing anything of the kind. But I dined there on Monday night, and dining once a week with one's own relatives is quite enough. Now that I know you to be a confirmed Bunburyist, well, I want to talk to you about Bunbury. I want to tell you the rules.
My dear Algy, I'm not a Bunburyist at all. Anyway, if Gwendolen accepts me, and she's the only girl who I ever saw, I certainly wouldn't want her to know Bunbury.
Then your wife will. You don't seem to realise that in married life, 3 is company and 2 is none.
That, my dear boy, is a theory the French drama has been propounding about for the last 50 years.
Yes, and the happy English home is proved in half the time.
Oh, don't try to be cynical. It's so easy to be cynical.
It's not easy to be anything nowadays. There's such beastly competition about. That must be Aunt Augusta. Only relatives and creditors ring in that Wagnerian manner. Now, if I can get her away for 10 minutes, so that you have the opportunity to propose to Gwendolen, well, may I dine with you tonight after all?
Yes, I suppose so.
But you must be serious about it. I hate people who are not serious about meals. It's so shallow of them.
Lady Bracknell and Miss Fairfax.
Good afternoon, dear Algernon. I hope you are behaving very well.
I am very well, thank you, Aunt Augusta.
That's not quite the same thing. In fact, the two things really go together.
Dear me, aren't you smart?
I am always smart. Am I not, Mr. Worthing?
You're quite perfect, Miss Fairfax.
I do hope I am not that, for that would leave no room for improvements. I intend to improve in many directions.
I'm sorry if we are a little late, Algernon, but I was obliged to call on dear Lady Harbury. I hadn't seen her since her poor husband's death, and well, I've never seen a woman look so altered. She looks quite 20 years younger. And now I'll have a cup of tea and one of those nice cucumber sandwiches you promised me.
Certainly, Aunt Augusta.
Thank you. Gwendolyn, won't you come sit over here?
I'm quite comfortable where I am, thank you, Mamma.
Charming.
Goodness me, Lane! Where are the cucumber sandwiches? I ordered them especially for Aunt Augusta.
There were no cucumbers in the market this morning, sir. I went down twice.
No cucumbers.
No, sir. Not even for ready money.
Thank you, Lane.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lane.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lane.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Aunt Augusta, I'm greatly distressed that there be no cucumbers. Well, not even for ready money.
Oh, it really makes no matter, Algernon. I had crumpets with dear Lady Harbury. Well, it seems to me to be living entirely for pleasure now.
Well, I hear her hair has turned quite cold from grief.
Yes, it certainly has changed its colour. From what cause, of course, I cannot say.
I'm afraid, Aunt Augusta, I won't be able to dine with you tonight after all.
I hope not, Algernon. You will put my table completely out. Your uncle would have to dine upstairs. Fortunately, he is quite accustomed to that.
It is a great bore, but you see, well, my dear friend, Bunbury, well, he's very ill again. They seem to think I should be with him.
Yes, it is very strange. This Mr. Bunbury seems to suffer from curiously bad health.
Bunbury is a poor invalid.
Well, I must say, Algernon, that I think it is high time that this Mr. Bunbury was to decide whether he was going to live or to die. This shilly-shallying with the question is absurd. I should be obliged if you would tell Mr. Bunbury, from me, to be kind enough not to relapse on Saturday, as I require you to arrange my music for him.
I will speak to him, Aunt Augusta, if he is still conscious. Of course, the music is a great difficulty. You see, if one plays good music, well, people don't listen. And if one plays bad music, well, people don't talk. But I'll run over the programme with you. If you'd like to follow me into the next room.
Thank you, Algernon. That is very kind of you. I'm sure the program will be delightful after a few expeditions.
A charming day it has been, Miss Fairfax.
Pray don't talk to me about the weather, Mr. Worthing. For whenever people talk to me about the weather, well, I'm always quite certain they're talking about something else entirely. That makes me nervous.
But I do mean something else.
I thought so. In fact, I am never wrong.
I would like to take advantage of Lady Bracknell's temporary absence.
I certainly advise you do so. Mamma has this way of coming back suddenly into a room that I've often had to speak to her about.
You are the most beautiful girl I have ever met than any other girl I have ever met since I met you.
Yes, I'm quite well aware of the fact. I do wish that in public, at any rate, you had been more demonstrative. For me, you've always held this irresistible fascination. Even before I met you, I was far from indifferent to you. We live, as I hope you know, Mr. Worthing, in a world of ideals. It's a fact that's constantly mentioned in my more expensive monthly magazines, and has reached the provincial pulpits, I am told. My ideal has always been to love someone of the name of Ernest. Something in that name inspires absolute confidence. Well, ever since Algernon first told me he had a friend called Ernest, I knew I was destined to love you.
You really love me, Gwendolyn.
Passionately.
Oh, darling, you don't know how happy you've made me.
My own Ernest.
But you don't mean to say you couldn't love me if my name wasn't Ernest, could you?
But your name is Ernest.
Yes, I know, but suppose it was something else. A Jack, for instance, a charming name.
Jack? No, there's very little music in the name Jack. It does not thrill. Besides, Jack is a notorious domesticity for John. I pity any poor woman married to a man called John. I'm sure she should never know the entrancing pleasure of a single moment's solitude. No, the only really safe name is Ernest.
Gwendolyn, I must get christened, we must get married at once.
Married, Mr. Worthing?
Well, yes. You know that I love you, and you've made it clear that you are not so indifferent to me.
Well, I simply adore you. But the subject of marriage has not yet been touched upon. You haven't proposed.
Well, may I ask you now?
I think it's an admirable opportunity. To spare you any possible disappointment, I'd like to tell you beforehand, I thoroughly intend to accept.
Gwendolyn.
Yes, Mr. Worthing? What have you got to say to me?
But you know what I've got to say to you.
But you don't say it.
Gwendolyn, will you marry me?
Of course I will. How long you've been about it, darling. I'm afraid you've very little experience in how to propose to a woman.
Darling.
My own Ernest. I hope you'll always look at me just like that, especially when there are other people around.
Mr. Worthing, arise, sir, from this semi-recumbent posture. It is most indecorous.
Mamma, I must beg you to retire. Mr. Worthing's not yet finished.
Finish what, may I ask?
Well, Mr. Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
You are not engaged to anyone. When you do become engaged, I or your father, if his health permit him, will inform you of the fact. An engagement is hardly a matter that a young girl can decide for herself. And now I have some questions to put to you, Mr. Worthing. While I make these inquiries, you, Gwendolyn, will wait for me below the carriage.
But Mamma.
The carriage, Gwendolyn.
Yes, Mamma.
You may take a seat, Mr. Worthing.
I prefer standing, Lady Bracknell.
I feel bound to tell you that you are not on my list of eligible young men, although I have the same list as the dear Duchess of Bolton has. However, I'm quite ready to enter your name should your answers be what a truly affection man requires. Do you smoke?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I must admit I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
29.
A very good age to be married at. You see, Mr. Worthing, I am of the opinion that if a man desires to be married, he should either know everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear it.
Ah.
I do not approve of anything that tampers with natural ignorance. The whole theory of modern education is radical and sound. Fortunately, in England, at any rate, education provides no effect whatsoever. If it did, it would prove a serious danger to the upper classes and probably lead to violence in Grosvenor Square. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000.
In land or in investments?
In investments chiefly, though I do have a country house with some land attachment, of course. About 1,500 acres, I believe. Though I don't rely on that for my real income. And I must say, it's only really the poachers who seem to get anything out of it.
You have a country house? How many bedrooms? Well, that point can be cleared up afterwards. You have a townhouse, I hope. A girl with a simple and spoiled nature like Gwendolyn could hardly be expected to reside in the country.
Yes, in Belgrave Square. Though I do let it out by the year, but I can get it back at 6 months' notice.
What's your politics?
I'm afraid I don't really have any. I'm a liberal unionist.
Oh, they count as Tories. They dine with us.
Ah.
Now, to minor matters, Mr. Worthing. Are your parents living?
I'm afraid I've lost both my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, can be seen as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth.
Well, when I say that I lost both my parents, it is nearer the truth to say, Lady Bracknell, that my parents had lost me. I was found.
Found?
Yes, old Mr. Thomas Cardew, a gentleman of a charitable and kindly disposition, found me and gave me the name of Worthing because he happened to, at the time, have a first-class ticket to, Worthing.
Where did this charitable gentleman with a first-class ticket find you?
In a, handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, a black leather handbag with handles attached to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact, Lady Bracknell.
In what locality did this Mr. Cardew find this ordinary handbag?
The cloakroom at Victoria Station.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line!
The line is immaterial. Mr. Worthing, I must confess I feel somewhat bewildered by what you have just told me. To be born, or at any rate bred in a handbag, whether it had handles or not, seems to me to display a contempt for ordinary decencies, a family life which reminds one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution. And I presume you know that unfortunate movement led to. As for the particular locality in which the handbag was found, a cloakroom at a railway station could hardly be regarded as an assured basis and recognised tradition in good society.
But I don't know what I could possibly do. I need hardly say I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness, Lady Bracknell.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and acquire some relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to produce at one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
That is not possible. I can produce you my handbag. Yes, it is at my house. I really think that should ensure your happiness, Lady Bracknell.
Oh, you could hardly imagine that I or Lord Bracknell would allow our daughter, a girl brought out with the utmost care, to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parcel. Good day, Mr. Worthing.
Good day. Algie, please stop playing that ghastly tune. How idiotic you are.
Didn't it go off all right, dear boy? You don't mean to tell me Gwendolyn refused you? I know it is a way she has with people. She's refusing them all the time. I think it's most ill-natured of her.
As far as Gwendolyn is concerned, we are to be engaged. Her mother, on the other hand, is perfectly unbearable. She is a monster without being a myth, which I find rather unfair. Oh, Algie, I do apologise. I shouldn't talk of your aunt in that way before you.
I love hearing my relations abused. It is the only way I put up with them at all. Relations are a tedious pack of people who have not the remote knowledge of how to live, nor the smallest instinct of when to die.
You don't like things should be like her mother in the next 150 years, do you?
All women become like their mothers.
Oh.
It is their tragedy. Did you tell Gwendolyn about you being Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
Oh, the truth is not the sort of thing one blurts out to a sweet, innocent girl like Gwendolyn. The extraordinary ideas you have on the way to behave towards a woman.
The only way to behave to a woman is to make love to her if she's pretty, and to someone else if she's plain.
Oh, that is absurd.
What about your brother? Huh? What about the profligate, Ernest?
Oh, I shall be rid of Ernest by the end of the week. I'll say he died in Paris.
Won't Miss Cardew feel his loss a good deal?
Cecily is not a silly romantic girl. She has a capital appetite. Goes on long walks and, well, hardly pays attention to her classes at all.
I would rather like to see Cecily.
I shall certainly make sure you do not. She's excessively pretty and only just 18.
Have you told Gwendolyn that you have an excessively pretty ward who is only just 18?
Oh, one does not blurt these things out to people. Anyway, Gwendolyn and Cecily are bound to be extremely great friends. I'll bet you anything, half an hour after they have met, they'll be calling each other, oh, sister.
Women only do that when they've called each other a lot of other names first. Oh, shall we go get ready for dinner? Did you know it is nearly 7?
Oh, it is always nearly 7.
Well, I'm hungry.
Never knew you when you weren't.
What shall we do after dinner?
Nothing.
You know, it is perfectly hard work doing nothing. Though I don't mind hard work when there's no definite object of any kind.
Miss Fairfax.
Oh, Gwendolyn, upon my word.
Kindly turn your back. I've something rather particular to say to Mr. Worthing.
Gwendolyn, I don't think I can allow this.
You always adopt a strictly immoral attitude towards life. You are not quite old enough to do that. Mr. Worthing, I'm afraid we shall never be married. From the look on Mamma's face, I'm certain we never shall. But nothing she can say will alter my eternal devotion to you.
Oh, darling.
Your town address I have. But what is your address in the country?
At the Manor House, Walton, Hertfordshire.
And how long do you remain in town?
Till Monday.
Good. Algie, you may turn around now.
Thank you, but I've already turned around.
You may also ring the bell.
You will let me see you to your carriage, my own one?
Certainly.
I will see Miss Fairfax out.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be departing and making our way over to the Manor House in Walton, Hertfordshire. There will be a brief interval of just 15 minutes, but do make haste as our horses are exceedingly fast and only someone can leave Lady Bracknell waiting for so long.
It's nice to be a sir. Fashionable, yeah. Welcome to the Manor House, Walton, Hertfordshire. Yeah, I'm the new maid. They hired me this morning, which is good because on the way here I lost the front door. Oh. It was a good thing there were no phones in the Victorian times, because if Lady Bracknell had access to group chats, this play would be over in 7 minutes. So please switch your phones off and no photography. Yeah? Right, good. Right then. Curtain up. Curtain up. Ah, foot, does it go up somewhere? Cutting across.
Surely such a utilitarian occupation as picking flowers is rather Morton's duty than yours. Especially at a moment when intellectual pleasures await you. Your German grammar is on the table. Pray open it at page 15. We will repeat yesterday's lesson.
But I don't like German, and it isn't at all a becoming language, and I know very well I look rather plain after my German lesson.
Child, you know how anxious your guardian is that you should improve yourself in every way.
But Uncle Jack is so very serious that sometimes he's so serious I think he cannot be quite well.
Your guardian enjoys the best of health, and his gravity demeanour is especially to be commended in one so comparatively young as he is. I know no one who has a higher sense of duty and responsibility.
Well, I suppose that's why he often looks so bored when us three together.
Cecily, I'm surprised at you. Mr. Worthing has many troubles in his life. You must remember his constant anxiety about that unfortunate young man, his brother.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that young man, his brother, to come down here sometime. We could have a good influence on him, Miss Prism. I'm sure you certainly would. You know all sorts of things like German and geology and all things like that influence a man very much.
I do not think that even I could produce any effect on a character that, according to his own brother's admission, is irretrievably weak and vacillating. Indeed, I am not sure I would desire to reclaim him. I am not in favour of this modern mania for turning bad people into good people at a moment's notice. As a man sows, so let him reap. You must put away your diary, Cecily. I really don't see why you should keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful secrets of my life. If I don't write them down, I'm sure to forget about them.
Memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary that we all carry about with us.
Yes, but that does usually chronicle the things that have never happened and couldn't possibly have happened. I believe that memory is responsible for the 3-volume novels that Moody sends us.
Do not speak slightingly of the 3-volume novel, Cecily. I wrote one myself in earlier days.
Did you really, Miss Prism? Well, how very clever you are. I hope it didn't end happily. The novels that unhappily depressed me.
The good ended happily and the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means.
I suppose so, but it seems so unfair. And was your novel ever published?
Alas, no. The manuscript was unfortunately lost. To your work, child, the speculations are profitless.
But I see dear Miss Constance coming up the garden now.
Miss Constance, this is indeed a pleasure.
And how are we this morning? Oh, Miss Prism, you are, I trust, well. Miss Prism has just been complaining of a slight headache. Maybe it would do her some good to go for a walk in the park with you, Miss Constance. With pleasure. We might go as far as the schools and back.
That would be delightful. Cecily, you will read your political economy in my absence. The chapter of the fall of the rupee you may omit. It is somewhat too sensational.
Horrid political economy, horrid geography, and horrid German. What do you want? Yes? Spit it out.
Mr. Ernest Worthing is just driven over from the station. His boy's luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, before the opening. Uncle Jack's brother. Did you tell him Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss. He seemed very disappointed. I told him you and Miss Prism were in the garden. He was anxious to speak to you privately for a moment.
Well, you best ask him to come out here at once and maybe speak to the housekeeper about a room for him.
Yes, miss.
I've never really met any wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. What if he looks the same as everyone else? He does.
You are my little cousin Cecily, I am sure.
You are under some strange mistake. I'm not little. In fact, I am rather big for my age, but yes, I am your little cousin Cecily. You are see from your card, my wicked cousin Anne.
No, I'm not wicked, cousin Cecily. You mustn't think I'm wicked.
Well, then you have certainly been deceiving us all in an inexcusable manner. I hope you've not been leading a double life, being really good and wicked. That would be hypocrisy.
Well, I have been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
And now that you mention the subject, I have been bad in my own small way.
I don't think you should be quite proud of that, though I'm sure it must have been very pleasant.
It is much pleasanter being here with you.
I don't think it can be quite right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Then Miss Prism is a short-sighted old lady. You are the prettiest girl I ever saw.
Miss Prism said that all good looks are a snare.
They are a snare that every sensible man wants to be caught up in.
Well then, I don't think I'd like to catch a sensible man who wouldn't quite know what to talk to him about.
That's not enough. Too much.
Mr. Worthing,
Mr. Worthing?
this is indeed a surprise. We did not look for you till Monday afternoon.
I returned sooner than expected. Miss Constance, I hope you're well.
Dear Mr. Worthing, I trust this garb of woes has not betokened some terrible calamity.
Oh, my brother.
More shameful debts and extravagance.
Still leading his life of pleasure.
Dead.
Your brother Ernest, dead.
Yes, quite dead.
What a lesson for him. I trust he will profit by.
Mr. Worthing, I offer you my sincere condolence. You at least have the consolation of knowing that you were always the most generous and forgiving of brothers.
Oh, Ernest, he had his many faults, but this is a sad blow.
Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No. He died abroad in Paris, in fact. I received a letter from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
Was the cause of death mentioned?
Severe chill, it seems.
As a man sows, so shall he.
Charity, dear Miss Prism, charity. None of us are perfect. I myself are peculiarly susceptible to drafts.
Well, I would like to be christened this afternoon if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Worthing, you've been christened already.
Nothing that I can remember. No.
You need have no apprehensions. What hour would you wish the ceremony performed?
Would 5:30 do?
Admirably, admirably. And now, Mr. Worthing, I will not intrude any longer into a house of sorrow.
Yes.
I would merely beg of you not to be too bowed down by grief. What seems to us bitter trials are often blessings in disguise.
It seems to me a blessing of an extremely obvious kind.
Uncle Jack! Uncle Jack, I'm so pleased to see you back, but what horrid clothes you've got to do, go change those!
Cecily!
My child, my child. What's the matter, Uncle Jack? You look as if you've got toothache, and don't I have the most amazing surprise for you? Who do you think's in the dining room? Your brother.
Who?
Your brother Ernest. He arrived about half an hour ago.
But I don't have a brother, Ernest.
What nonsense! However bad he may have behaved to you in the past, he's still your brother. I know. I'll bring him out here right now, and you will shake hands with him, won't you, Uncle Jack?
These are very joyful tidings.
After we had all been resigned to his loss, his sudden return seems to me peculiarly distressing.
My brother in the dining room. I don't know what this all means. This is perfectly absurd.
Brother John!
Oh, good heavens.
John!
Oh, my hat.
John! Needs work. Brother John, I've come from town to tell you how very sorry I am for all the trouble I have caused you, and I intend to lead a better life in the future.
Uncle Jack, you're not going to refuse your own brother's hand, are you?
I will do no such thing. His coming down here perfectly disgraceful. He knows very much well why.
Uncle Jack, do be nice. Ernest has just been telling me all about his poor invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, and his terrible state of health. And surely there's much good in someone who leaves the luxuries of London to sit by a bed of pain.
Oh. So he's been talking to you about Bunbury, has he?
Yes, John.
And he shan't be talking to you about Bunbury, about anything else ever again. It's enough to drive one perfectly frantic.
I admit the faults are on my side, but Brother John's coldness to me is particularly painful. Especially as this is the first time I've gone doubting us.
Uncle Jack, if you do not shake hands with your brother right now, I will never forgive you.
Never forgive me.
Never, never, never.
Oh. Well, I shall do no such thing ever again.
It's pleasant.
Yes, Donna, I would like to let's go. Yes, exactly. I would like to get it over and done with.
Cecily, you will come with us.
Certainly, Miss Prism. My little task of reconciliation is over. You've done a beautiful act of this child.
We must not be premature in our judgment.
I feel very happy.
John, I would make you offer a serious handshake. There you go. Oh, Algier, you young scoundrels. Don't allow any Bunbury here. It is not allowed in my garden. I don't want to see anyone in my house.
What, Merriman? Spit it out!
Mr. Ernest Robbins looking. I've placed it in the room next to yours. I suppose that's all right.
What?
His luggage, sir. I've put it in the room next to yours. I'll pipe the eye for
His luggage?
Yes, sir. Let me do. 3 portmanteaus, a dressing case, 2 hat boxes, and a large luncheon basket.
I'm afraid I can't stay longer than a week this time.
Merriman, order the dog cart at once. Mr. Ernest has suddenly been called back to town.
But I took everything from the station into the house up the stairs and there's a lot of stairs, sir.
Yes?
And I took them up the stairs and then I
Okay.
unfolded everything.
Merriman?
I put it away.
Yes, Merriman?
Nicely, and I don't want to bring up.
Merriman, dog cart now!
Yes.
What a fearful lie you are, Jack. I haven't been called back to town at all.
Yes, you have.
No, I've not had any calls.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasures in the slightest degree.
Yes, well, I can quite understand that.
Well, Cecily is a darling.
You are not talking Miss Cardew like that. I don't like it.
No, I don't like your clothes. You know, you look perfectly disgraceful. It is very childish to be in mourning for a man who's actually staying with you a whole week in your house as a guest. I call that grotesque.
You're not staying with me as a guest or anything else. You have got to leave.
I certainly won't leave you as long as you're in mourning. That would be most unfriendly of me.
Well, will you go if I change my clothes?
Yes. If you're not too long about it. You know, I hate it when people take so long to dress with, well, such little resource.
Oh, that is better than you always being overdressed.
If I'm a little overdressed, I make up for it. For always being immensely overeducated.
Your vanity is ridiculous, your conduct an outrage, and your presence in my garden utterly absurd! I hope you have a pleasant journey back to town. This bunburying, as you call it, has not been a great success.
I think this has been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that is everything. But before I go, I must make arrangements for another Bunbury. Oh, there she is.
Oh, I really came back to pick the flowers. I thought you were with Uncle Jack.
He's going to get the dog cart for me.
Oh, is he going to take you on a nice drive?
He's going to send me away.
Then we've got to part.
I'm afraid so. And a very painful parting it is.
It is always so painful to part from someone I've only just met.
Well, thank you.
Sir, miss. Sir, miss. Sir, miss. Sir. The dog cart is at the door.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
But I've just packed him back into the car, and he's quite an impatient man, miss, and he'll shout at me if you guys don't hurry up, and I don't want to carry it on and get it all wrong.
What a shame. 5 minutes. Goodbye.
Yes, miss.
Cecily, I hope I shall not offend when I state quite openly and frankly that you seem to me to be the personification of absolute perfection.
I think your frankness does you great credit, Ernest. If you'll allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary? Well, I'd give anything to look in it, may I?
No! You see, this is simply a young girl's records of her first thoughts and impressions, specifically meant for publication. When it appears in volume form, I hope you'll order a copy. But pray, Ernest, don't stop. I have reached absolute perfection and am quite ready for more.
Cecily, ever since I laid eyes upon you, I have dared to love you wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Yes.
I don't think you should say you love me wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Or hopelessly doesn't make much sense, does it?
Cecily.
Sir, the dog guy's still waiting.
Tell it to come round next week at the same hour.
No.
What?
No, I got everything from the car and I took it all the way up the stairs and then I unpacked everything and I folded it and I put it away and then I brought it all the way back down into the dog cart. I got the dog cart ready for you.
Yes.
And you want me to take it all the way back and it's not fair, sir! It's not fair!
It's not fair! Yes, no, it's not fair. So I tell you what. Next week, the same hour.
It's so unfair!
Well, I don't think Uncle Jack would be quite happy if he found out you're staying around till next week at the same hour.
I don't care about Uncle Jack. I don't care about anyone in the world, but you. I love you, Cecily. You will marry me, won't you?
You silly boy, of course, while you've been engaged for the last 3 months.
For the last 3 months.
Yes, it'll be 3 months on Thursday.
But how did we become engaged?
Well, ever since Uncle Jack first mentioned to us he had a wicked younger brother of the name Ernest, you became the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prism, and a man who is very well spoken about, so he's very attractive.
Oh, but when was our engagement actually settled?
Well, on the 14th of February last. Of course, there is the question of your name.
Yes, of course.
Please don't laugh at me, darling, but it has always been a girlish dream of mine to marry someone of the name Ernest. There's just something in that name that inspires absolute confidence.
Cecily, darling, are you saying you couldn't love me if I had some other name?
But what name?
I don't know. Algernon, for instance. Charming.
But I don't like the name Algernon.
Cecily, are you saying you couldn't love me if my name were Algie?
I might respect you, Ernest.
Yeah.
I might admire your character, but unfortunately, I would not be able to give you my undivided attention.
Your rector here is fully examined in all the ceremonials and rites of the church, I assume.
Yes, dear Miss Constance is a very learned woman, but she's never written a book before, so you can imagine how much she knows.
But I must see her at once on the most important christening. I mean, on the most important business.
Ah.
I shan't be away for more than half an hour.
Can't you make it 20 minutes?
I'll be back in no time.
What an impetuous boy he is. I like his hair so much. I'm going to copy this remark into my diary. What do you want now?
Miss Fairfax is here to see Mr. Worthing on very important business, Miss Fairfax states.
Well, isn't Mr. Worthing in his library?
No, he went in the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Ask the lady to come out here. And you can bring tea.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax, probably one of the many women associated in Uncle Jack's philanthropic work. I don't like women who are interested in philanthropic work. It's so forward of them.
Miss Fairfax.
Pray, let me introduce myself. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew? What a very sweet name. I'm certain you and I are going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say. My first impressions of people are simply never wrong.
Well, how nice of you to like me after only just meeting me.
I may call you Cecily, may I not?
You may,
And you'll always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
if you like.
Then that is settled, is it not?
Certainly.
You're here on a short visit, I suppose.
No, I live here.
Oh. Or your mother or some female relative of advanced years resides here also?
No, I have no mother, nor any relations.
Indeed.
My guardian has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I'm Mr. Worthing's ward.
Mr. Worthing never told me he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows quite more interesting hourly. I cannot say, however, that the news inspires me with the feelings of utmost delight. For now I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I simply can't help expressing a wish that you were just a little older than you appear to be. Perhaps not quite so alluring in appearance. In fact, Miss Cardew, if I may speak candidly,
Pray
I
do.
would-
I believe any time someone has something unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
Well, to speak with perfect candour, Cecily, I wish you were fully 42, and more than unusually plain for your age. Ernest has a strong, upright nature, but even men of the most noble moral character are extremely susceptible to the physical charms of others.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolyn, did you say Ernest?
Yes.
But it is not Ernest who is my guardian, it's his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never told me he had a brother.
Well, I'm sorry to say that they haven't been on the best of terms recently.
That would account for it. You're quite certain it's not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Dearest Gwendolyn, there's no reason I should keep it a secret from you, but our little country newspaper is going to chronicle the fact next week that Mr. Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
Darling Cecily, there must be some error. For Mr. Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement is short and clear in the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
You are mistaken. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
There must be some error, for he proposed to me yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do so, for I never travel anywhere without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read on the train.
Dearest Gwendolyn, I'm sorry if this causes you any mental or physical anguish, but since he has proposed to you, he has clearly changed his mind.
If the poor fellow finds himself entrapped in any foolish promise, I consider it my duty to rescue him at once with a firm hand.
Whatever entanglement my dear boy may have gotten into, I will not reapproach the fact after we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, I entrapped him in an engagement? How dare you?
Oh. Ernest! My own Ernest. Just a moment. Are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear little Cecily? What on earth would make you say that? What has put such an idea in your pretty little head?
Thank you, you may.
I knew there must have been some misunderstanding. The man's hand who is currently present at your waist is my guardian, Mr. John Worthing.
John?
Well, this is Uncle Jack.
Darling!
Here is Ernest.
Darling!
A moment, Ernest. Are you engaged to be married to that young lady over there?
To what young lady?
Good heavens, Gwendolyn!
Yes, good heavens, Gwendolyn! I mean, to Gwendolyn.
Of course not. What could have put such an idea in your pretty little head?
Thank you. You
Darling
may.
Cecily, I thought there was an error. The gentleman whose hand you are holding is my cousin, Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief. Are you really called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
Is your name really Jack?
I could deny it if I liked. I could deny anything if I liked, but my name certainly is Jack. It has been Jack for years.
Well, a gross deception has been practiced upon both of us.
My poor, wounded Cecily.
My sweet, wronged Gwendolyn.
You will call me sister, won't you?
There is just one thing I would like to ask my guardian first.
Certainly. Mr. Worthing, where is your brother? For Cecily and I are both engaged to be married to Ernest, so it is of some importance we know where he is at present.
Gwendolyn. Cecily. It's very difficult for me to be reduced to such a painful position, and I'm quite inexperienced in doing anything of the sort.
But I may tell you quite frankly that, I have no brother, Ernest. I have no brother at all. I've never had a brother of any kind, and I certainly haven't the small intention of having one in the future.
No brother at all?
None.
Have you never had a brother of any kind?
Never, not of any kind.
Cecily, a gross deception has been practiced upon us.
Well, it isn't a very pleasant position for a young girl to find herself in.
Perhaps we should retire into the house, for I'm certain they will not follow us there.
No, men are so cowardly, aren't they?
Algier, you young scoundrel, I suppose this ghastly state of things is what you call bunburying?
Yes, and a perfectly wonderful bunbury it has been.
Well, I don't
One
allow...
of the best bunburies I've ever
Yes,
had in my
a
life.
bit amazing, but I don't allow any bunburying here.
It is absurd to tell me where I can bunbury. Every serious bunburyist knows that.
Serious bunburies? Oh, good heavens.
In life, if one wants any entertainment, they must be serious about something. And I happen to be serious about Bunbury.
Well, the only small satisfaction of this whole wretched business is that your friend Bunbury has quite exploded! You won't be able to run off to the country quite so much as you used to.
Your brother is a little fella, isn't he, Jack? You won't be able to run up to London as often as your wicked customs want.
In regards to your conduct towards Miss Cardew, taking in a sweet, simple, innocent girl like that is quite inexcusable.
There is no possible defence for you deceiving a brilliant, clever, thoroughly experienced girl like Miss Fairfax.
I'm engaged to be married to Gwendolen. I love her!
I'm engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
I certainly think there is no chance of you marrying her.
No, there is certainly no chance of you and Miss Fairfax being united.
That is no business of yours.
And if it was my business, I wouldn't talk about it.
How can you stand there, calmly eating muffins when we are in this horrible trouble? I will never know. You seem to me to be perfectly heartless.
I can't eat crackers in an agitated manner. The crumbs would probably get on my coat.
I think you're eating them at all under the circumstances is perfectly absurd.
When I am in trouble, eating is the one thing that consoles me. Besides, I'm particularly fond of crackers.
Yes, we do not need to eat them in that greedy way.
I wish you would have a tea cake. I don't like tea cakes.
Oh, may a man want to eat his own muffins in his own garden?
But you just said it was perfectly heartless eating muffins.
I said it was perfectly heartless of you under the circumstances. That is very different.
Yes, but the muffins are the same.
Algie, I wish you would go.
How can you ask me to leave when I've not had my dinner? I don't go anywhere without my dinner. Besides, I made arrangements to be christened at 6:15 under the name of Ernest.
Algie, my dear boy, the sooner you get that silly nonsense out of your head, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Miss Constance to be christened at 5:30. I will naturally take on the name of Ernest. We cannot both be Ernest. That is absurd.
Jack, you are eyeing up the crackers and the muffins again. I wish you wouldn't have a tea cake.
I hate tea cake!
Then why do you serve tea cakes to your guests? What ideas you have of hospitality.
Algie, I have asked you to leave. Why don't you go? Why don't you go?
I haven't had my tea yet. Besides, there are still a few crackers and muffins left.
We can at least have one.
You can have a cracker. Take a cracker. You're not having all crackers. Should we go for the crackers?
Yes, Merriman, open the curtains. Please just let me. No.
The fact they did not follow us at once, as anyone else would have done, appears to me to show they have some sense of shame there.
Well, they are eating crackers and muffins. That shows repentance.
They're looking at us. What effrontery.
They're approaching. That's very forward of them.
Mr. Wiley, I've got something rather particular to ask you. Much depends on your reply.
Gwendolen, your common sense is invaluable. Mr. Moncrief, kindly answer me this. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
So that I may have the opportunity of meeting you.
Well, that certainly seems like a satisfactory answer, does it not?
Yes, dear, if you believe him.
Well, I don't, but there's something in that answer that just has absolute beauty.
Yes, in matters of grave importance, style, not sincerity, is the vital thing. Mr. Worthing, what explanation can you offer to me for pretending to have a brother? Was it so you might come up to town to visit me as often as possible?
Can you doubt it, Miss Fairfax?
I've got the gravest doubts upon the subject, but I intend to crush them. That answer is satisfactory, especially Mr. Worthing's. That's what Sam proof upon it.
I'm more than content with what Mr. Moncrief has said. There's something in that answer that inspires absolute credulity.
Do you think we should forgive them?
Yes! I mean, no.
True. I had forgotten. There are principles at stake that one simply cannot surrender. But which of us should tell them? The task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak at the same time?
A splendid idea. I nearly always speak at the same time as other people. Will you take the time from me?
Certainly. Your Christian names are still an insuperable barrier. That is all.
Our Christian names, is that all? But we are going to be christened this afternoon.
For me, who are prepared to do this dreadful thing.
I am.
For me, you are ready to face this fatal ordeal.
I am.
How absurd to talk of the equality of the sexes, where questions of self-sacrifice are concerned. Men are infinitely beyond us.
We are.
They have moments of physical courage where us women know absolutely nothing.
Darling.
Darling.
The Queen's here. Queen Lady Bracknell.
Good heavens.
Gwendolyn, what does this mean? Merely that I'm engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mamma.
Sit down.
Apprised, sir, of my daughter's sudden flight by her trusty maid, whose confidence I purchased by means of small coin, I followed her at once by luggage train. Her unhappy father is, I am glad to say, under the impression that she is attending a more than usually lengthy lecture by the University Extension Scheme on the influence of permanent income on thought. I do not intend to undeceive him. Indeed, I have never undeceived him on any question. I would consider it wrong. But you must clearly understand that all communication between you and my daughter must cease immediately from this moment. On this point, indeed on all points, I am far.
I'm engaged to be married to Gwendolyn, Lady Bracknell.
You are nothing of a kind, sir!
Mamma, do sit down.
Okay, Gwendolyn.
Be seated. Now, as regards to Algernon. Algernon,
Yes, Aunt Augusta.
May I ask if this is the house that your invalid friend Mr. Bunbury resides?
Oh, no, Bunbury doesn't live here, Aunt Augusta. Bunbury lives somewhere else. In fact, Bunbury is dead.
Dead? When did Mr. Bunbury die? His death must have been extremely sudden.
Yes, I killed Bunbury this afternoon. I mean, Bunbury died. Yes, Bunbury died this afternoon. Yes, the doctor said that Bunbury could not live. Bunbury died.
He seems to have had great confidence in the opinion of his physicians. I am glad, however, that he finally made up his mind and acted under proper medical advice. Yes. Well, now that we have gotten rid of this Mr. Bunbury, Mr. Worthing, may I ask who the young person is, whose hand my nephew Algernon seems to be holding in a rather peculiar manner?
That lady is Miss Cecily Cardew, my ward.
I'm engaged to be married to Cecily, Aunt Augusta.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Moncrief and I are engaged to be married, Lady Bracknell.
I do not know whether there is anything peculiarly exciting in the air of this particular part of Hertfordshire, but the amount of engagements that seem to go on seem to me to be above the average statistic that have been laid down for our guidance. I think some preliminary inquiry on my part would not be out of place. Gwendolyn, please. Mr. Worthing, may I ask if Miss Cardew is at all connected with any of the larger railway stations in London? I merely desire information. Until yesterday, I had no idea that there were persons or origin whose origin was a terminus. Yes.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew.
149 Belgrave Square, SW.
Dorking, Surrey, and the Sporran, Fifeshire, NB.
is not unsatisfactory. 3 addresses always inspire confidence, even in tradesmen. But what proof have I of their authenticity?
I've carefully preserved the court guides of the period. They are open to your inspection, Lady Bracknell.
I have no strange errors in that publication.
The family solicitors are Mrs. Markby, and Markby.
Markby. A firm of the highest profession in their position. Indeed, I hear one of the Miss Markbys is often seen at dinner parties. So far, I am satisfied.
How extremely kind of you, Lady Bracknell. I also have in my possession the certificates of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, whooping cough, vaccination, confirmation, and registration, and the measles, both the English and German variety.
Ah, a life crowded with instant, I see. Although far too exciting for a young girl to experience. And I myself am not fond of premature experiences. Gwendolen, the time is now for our departure. We have not a moment to lose. And as a matter of form, Mr. Worthing, I suppose I should ask if Miss Cardew has a new fortune.
Only about 130,000 in the funds, that is all. Goodbye, Lady Bracknell. So lovely to have seen you.
Ah, very much, Mr. Worthing. £130,000. And in the funds. Miss Cardew seems a most attractive young lady now that I look at her. Come here, dear. Kindly turn around, sweet child. No, the side profile is what I want. Yes. Quite as I expected. There are distinct social possibilities in your profile. Algernon!
Yes, Aunt Augusta.
There are distinct social possibilities in Miss Cardew's profile.
Cecily is the sweetest, dearest, prettiest girl in the whole world. And I don't care tuppence about social possibilities.
Never speak disrespectfully of society, Algernon. Only people who can't get into it do that. Of course, dear, you know that Algernon has nothing but his debts to depend on, and I do not approve of mercenary marriages. When I married Lord Bracknell, I had no fortune of any kind. I never dreamed for a moment that would stand in my way. Well, I suppose I must give my consent.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Cecily, you may kiss me.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell.
You may also address Miss Aunt Augusta from this moment. I think the marriage had better take place quite soon.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Yes, well, to speak frankly, I am not fond of long engagements. They give people the opportunity to discover each other's characters before marriage, and I think that is never advisable.
I beg your pardon for interrupting you, Lady Bracknell, but this marriage is quite out of the question.
I am Miss Cardew's guardian, and she cannot marry without my consent until she comes of age. That consent I absolutely decline to give.
Come here, dear. How old are you?
Well, I'm really only 18, but admit to 20 at evening parties.
Yes, you are quite right in making some slight alteration. Indeed, a woman should never be so accurate about her age. It looks so calculating. 18, but admitting to 20 at evening parties. Well, it won't be long until you are of that age, and free from the restraints of tutelage, So I don't think that your guardian's consent is, after all, a matter of any importance.
Pray excuse me for interrupting you yet again, Lady Bracknell. But according to the will of Mr. Thomas Cardew, Cecily does not come of age until she is 35.
That does not seem to me to be a grave objection. I see no reason why Miss Cardew would still be more attractive at the age you mention than she is at present. There will be a large accumulation of property.
Hardly could you wait for me till I was 35?
Of course I could, Cecily. No, I could.
Yes, I felt it instinctively. I hate waiting even 5 minutes for anybody, but I do like punctuality in others, so waiting to be married is completely out of the question.
And what is to be done?
I don't know, Mr. Moncrief.
My dear Mr. Worthing, as Miss Cardew states that she cannot wait until the age of 35, a remark in which seems to me to show an impatient nature,
I beg of you to reconsider your decision.
Lady Bracknell, the matter is entirely in your own hands. The moment that you consent to my engagement with Gwendolen, I will most gladly allow your nephew to form an alliance with my ward.
I can assure you that what you propose is out of the question.
Oh, then a passionate celibacy is all that any of us can look forward to.
That is not the destiny I propose for Gwendolen. Algernon, of course, can decide for himself. Come, dear. We have already missed 5, if not 6 trains. To miss any more may expose us to comment on the platform.
Everything is quite ready for the christening.
The christening, Mark. Is that not somewhat premature?
Both these gentlemen have expressed immediate desire for baptism.
At their age, the idea is grotesque and irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to be baptized. I will not hear such excessive.
Yes, Auntie.
Am I to understand then that there are to be no christenings at all this afternoon?
I don't think that as things are now, there would be much practical value to either of us, so you can leave that.
I agree to hear such sentiments from you, Mr. Bowden. However, as your present mood seems to be one peculiarly secular, I will return to the church at once. Miss Prism has been waiting for me in the vestry.
Delightful, now leave
Prism! Did I hear you mention a Miss Prism?
No, not the
Lady
Prism.
Bracknell, I'm on my way to join her.
Pray allow me to detain you for a moment. This may prove of vital importance to Lord Bracknell and myself. Is this Miss Prism a female of repellent aspect? Remotely connected with education?
She is the most cultivated of ladies and the very picture of respectability.
It is quite obviously the same person. May I ask what position she holds in your household?
I am a celibate, madam.
She has for the last 3 years been Miss Cardew, esteemed governess and valued companion.
In spite of what I hear of her, I must see her at once. Let her be sent for.
She approaches. She's 9.
I was told you expect to be in the vestry, dear Constance. I've been waiting there for an hour and 3/4.
Prism! Come here, Prism. Prism, where is that baby? 28 years ago, Prism, you left Lord Bracknell's house in charge of a perambulator containing a baby of the male sex. You never returned. After a few weeks of some elaborate investigation by the Metropolitan Police, the perambulator was found outside at midnight on a corner of Bayswater. Inside, it contained a 3-volume manuscript of the utmost revolting sentimentality. But the baby was not there. Prism, where is that baby?
Lady Bracknell, I admit with shame that I do not know. I only wish I did. The plain facts of the case are these. On the morning of the day you mention, a day that is forever branded on my memory, I prepared as usual to take the baby out in its perambulator. I had also with me an old but somewhat capacious handbag in which I had intended to place the manuscript of a work of fiction I'd written during my few unoccupied hours. In a moment of mental abstraction for which I can never forgive myself, I deposited the manuscript in the bassinet and placed the baby in the handbag.
Miss Prism, where did you deposit that handbag?
Do not ask me, Mr. Worthing.
Miss Prism, this is of no small importance to me. I insist on knowing the location of the bag that contained that infant.
It was a cloakroom at one of the larger railway stations in London.
Yes, which railway station?
Victoria! The Brighton line!
Oh! Gwendolen, wait here. I must retire at once. Merriman!
I'll wait for you forever if you're not too long about it.
What this means, Lady Bracknell?
I dare not be suspected. I need hardly tell you that in candidates of the highest position, strange coincidences are not so clever. They are hardly considered good things.
Uncle Jackson is strangely agitated. It has stopped now.
I do wish he'd arrive at some conclusion.
This is very stressful. I do hope for last.
Miss Prism, examine the bag carefully. The happiness of more than one life depends on your answer.
be mine. Yes, here is the injury it received through the upsetting of a gouged omnibus in younger and happier days. And here, stain on the lining caused by an explosion of a temperance beverage, an incident occurred at Leamington. And here on the locks, my initials. I had forgotten that in an extravagant mood I had placed them there. The bag is undoubtedly mine. I'm delighted to have it so unexpectedly restored to me. It has been a great inconvenience being without it all these years.
Oh, Miss Prism, more is restored to you than just that handbag. I was the baby you placed in it.
You?
Yes, Mother!
Mr. Worthing, I am unmarried.
Unmarried? I cannot doubt that is a serious blow, but cannot one wipe out an act of folly? Cannot repentance cast a stone against one who has suffered? Why must there be one rule for men and one rule for women? Oh, Mother, I forgive you.
Mr. Worthing, there has been some error. There is the lady who can tell you who you really are.
Lady Bracken, I hate to seem inquisitive, but would you kindly inform me who I am?
I'm afraid the news I have to offer you will not altogether please you. You are the son of my poor sister, Miss Moncrief, and consequently, Algernon's elder brother.
You are joking.
She's elder brother. Oh, then I have a brother after all. Oh, Cecily, how could you ever doubt that I had a brother? Miss Constance, my unfortunate brother. Miss Prism, my unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn's darling, my unfortunate brother. Merriman, my unfortunate brother. Oh, Algy, you young scoundrel, you've got to start treating me with more respect. You've not treated me like a brother in all your life.
Not until today, my dear boy. I admit, I tried my best, but I was out of practice.
Ernest, my own one. What own are you? What's your Christian name now you've become someone else?
The question of my name is irrevocable to you, I suppose.
Will I never change, except in my affections?
What a noble nature you have, Gwendolyn.
Then it must be clear but once. Lady Bracken, before I was placed in the handbag, had I been christened?
Every luxury that money could buy, including Christmas, was lavished on you by your fond and doting parents.
Ah, then it is settled. I was christened. Now, what was my Christian name?
Well, being the eldest son, you were naturally christened after your father.
Yes, but what was my father's Christian name?
I cannot at the present moment remember, but I can assure you he had one. He was an eccentric in later life, I admit. That was due to the Indian climate, marriage, indigestion, and things of that kind.
Algy, can you not recollect what your father's Christian name was?
Oh, he died before I was a year old. We were never on speaking terms.
Ooh, the army lists. They would contain his name, I suppose, Lady Bracken?
He was essentially a man of peace, except for his domestic life. I can assure you that his name would appear in any military directory.
Oh, the army lists of the last 40 years are here. He should have been my constant study all along. Generals? Generals, here we go. Migsby, Moxby, Marion. Oh, what ghastly names these are. Maloff, Moncrief, here we go, 1840. Generals, Captain, Lieutenant. 1869. Christian names. Ernest John.
Ernest?
Oh, I always knew my name was Ernest. Oh, Gwendolyn, how could you ever doubt that my name was Ernest? I mean, it naturally is Ernest.
Yes, I remember now that the general Christian's name was Ernest. I knew I had some particular reason for disliking the name.
Ernest, my own Ernest. Well, Isaac knew from the start you could have no other name.
Oh, darling, it's a terrible thing for a man to find out that he has been speaking nothing but the truth all of his life. Can you ever forgive me?
I can, for I'm sure you are certain to change.
Oh, darling.
At last.
At last. At last.
I love apprehending me. Oh.
My nephew. You seem to be displaying signs of triviality.
On the contrary, Aunt Augusta, I have finally realized for the first time in my life
The vital importance of being earnest. Ernest, knew it all along.
All ready? Yeah, talk please. Ready? No, you're fine. Don't worry. It's just a picture. It's fine. It's all right, Alex. Ready? And there we go.
Lovely.
Do you want to get in it, Gary?
Come on, Gary.
Go on.
I'm a handbag.
Do you want a chair? Do you want to sit on the floor?
No, I found next to mate. Maybe I can come out.
And 3, 2, 1.